Transportation Committee. We got 3 bills on second reading. PL 2019, 1608, Allen, Bednay, and others. Abandons a portion of Alley 952 and Alley 970 right away. Do I have a motion?
Move.
Second?
Second.
Okay, discussion?
Yes, Councilor Allen, can you tell us where this alley is?
Yes, this is an alley that runs behind, between Delmar and, Ashwood Avenue near Belmont University. And it is currently, between houses that have been bought by Belmont University as part of their institutional overlay. And so, in keeping with their institutional overlay, and the requirement to do parking studies on a regular basis and to provide adequate parking for their projected parking needs, they are demolishing those houses and building a parking deck with tennis courts on top of it. And so this alley runs down the middle of what has been 2 lots on 2 parallel streets, and that will be replaced by parking that will meet their parking requirements and tennis courts.
Talking about over Belmont?
So they've met with the Neighborhood Association and also the Neighborhood Advisory Group and talked about this project, and everyone appreciates them providing adequate parking so that their students are not parking in the neighborhood.
I guess I think we often pass these just kind of formulaically, but I continue to be concerned sometimes and find places where we abandon an alley and then we regret it, right? You know, we look back and think like, oh, we shouldn't have done that downtown. You know, like got an alley on one side of Broadway, but maybe not on the other side of Broadway, or that kind of stuff like that. And so I just hate to see, I mean, I appreciate that they've met with the community and you know about that, but I just hate to see old infrastructure of housing and alleys and the merit of that going away to a parking structure that's gonna take up. And so, you know, when you have, you know, like for Vanderbilt or Belmont or otherwise, those campuses, sometimes you lose those north, south, east, west kind of connections from a biking standpoint, a walking standpoint. I mean, do you feel like this is creating a impediment to cross traffic?
I will say this is one of 2 streets on the campus that is like this steep.
Oh, is it one of those really steep
It's one of
ones?
those super steep
Gotcha.
streets.
Gotcha,
It's not
gotcha.
one that is easily biked up.
Back there where you go to that hill to the...
Right, it's, yeah, you get up there and you're like,
Takes
oh my
real
goodness.
steep.
Yeah,
Okay.
really safely parked.
I went to school there, so I know.
Yeah, so you know that part of the campus. So it's kind of behind where the international market was, just beyond that.
Yeah.
So in terms of breaking up the grid, it's a part of campus that will become part of the entertainment district. And, you know, there's a clearly defined bright line that says this is where the campus starts and this is where the neighborhood and the neighborhood grid continues in perpetuity.
Did we do something with the road by the Thai restaurant too?
They've
That
changed
curve?
that one. We passed that one earlier.
Yeah.
Bernard Avenue is now gonna take a right-hand turn, which actually will work better from a traffic standpoint, because now when people are coming in trying to turn into the curb parking garage, which they built 10 or 15 years ago, that ends up backing down onto Belmont Boulevard, and now that'll provide some extra staging for that. So.
When I went there, that was the old gym parking lot right there. The
Is
gym.
that right? Yeah.
That's all was there.
It's changed a lot over there.
Councilor Allen, in that area are power poles and utility poles behind homes in the alleyways or out front?
In general, they are mixed, I would say. And I can't remember specifically on that street. I have seen drawings that show the lighting structures around the tennis courts, and there was, discussion of the height of those and everything.
Right, yeah, I appreciate
But I
that.
can't remember where the power poles are.
Thank you so much.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next bill is 2019, 1609, abandons alley number 1144, right-of-way and easement. Do I have a motion?
So move.
Second? Discussion?
No, I mean, this is gonna be my new perpetual question. What did this alley used to do? But Councilman Bednay is not here, and I will defer to his
Okay.
ability to know that that's a good thing to do.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
BL 2019-1610, Bednay, O'Connell, and Hager, bends a portion of Bighorn Drive right-of-way. I can tell you about this one. This one's off Lebanon Road, and it's right there at, it's Matterhorn, I believe. And what this road does, when you turn off of it, it curves, it goes in, curves to the right, and then goes straight up a hill. Metro kept an easement straight down the hill to Lebanon Road, it's not needed anymore. So that's why we're abandoning that. And really, it's better because people coming down the hill, they gotta slow down before they get to Lebanon Road, because you got the curve.
It's
which-
traffic calming.
It's traffic calming. So it's better anyway. Now, the people that the easement's going back to will probably, they've talked about maybe putting a filling station there, which that'll be okay because they'll come right into the station, leave from Lebanon Road. That's fine. So I haven't had any complaints about it.
Any sidewalks or bikeways on the existing?
There is a sidewalk on that side, so what they'll do, if they build that filling station, they'll have to put sidewalks in there.
Okay, okay.
Because I've got sidewalks on up Lebanon Road. I don't have them across the street, but I have them on that side.
Okay.
So as long as I got them on one side, that's what I want to see. I'd rather have it on both sides, but we can't get everything we want.
Mm.
All right, do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passes. That completes the Parking and Traffic Commission. Thank you very
Hello,
much.
sir. Did you have anything you wanted to share with our committee?
Is your committee gonna talk about the selling of the parking meters at some point, or did you already?
It is not yet before us, but
Right. There is a public, we're supposed to have a public hearing on the 13th of May at the Parking and Traffic Commission down at Howard School. Now, I'm not sure we're still gonna have it. I gotta look at the agenda
Because of the court case,
Yeah.
the
because of the
injunction.
court case. You know, the courts put a stay on all that because they're saying the way the RFQ was done. So
Yeah,
Chancellor Lyle has put a stay on
but
everything.
it could come back in another form. I guess my one input on that is we need to be careful about which parking meters we sell away, because then aren't they gonna have rights to that portion of the street for 30 years or whatever the term of the contract is? And
Well,
it would
that's a-
prevent us from using that parking area for bus stops and other needs to reduce our congestion.
I think you will
We've
find
got major concerns about it.
many on
and-
this council have
Right,
same concerns.
and we're gonna have some public hearings on it,
Yeah.
so the public can come and put their input
Right.
in.
If they're residential streets, small streets where you don't have a traffic problem,
Right.
it's another matter. But I think all our major thoroughfares, we should hold on to all the parking spots on all the major arteries,
I agree.
not sell them away.
All
We
right.
might need them for something else.
Okay,
We appreciate your input. Thank you.
thank you so much for coming. That concludes our meeting. Thank you.